so good to be in this new room again. Well, not new, old room, but new again. But anyhow, my name is Mike Gonsalves. Thanks so much for having me, guys. This is my 7th speech. Very excited about it. So let's go. Let's get it going. The name of my speech is "Write It Down." By a show of hands, do you mind just letting me know who was asked what they wanted to be when they grew up, when they were younger, by family, friends? Didn't matter. Anyone? Okay, there's a bunch of us, almost everyone. Okay. Out of everyone that raised their hands, how many people actually wrote down what it was they wanted to be? I'm just curious. Any one of you just scream it out. What you wrote down, is that what you're doing today? Is that your career today?
No.
No. Okay. Very interesting. We'll talk about that. I wanted to be a doctor when I was a kid. That's what I wanted to be. My family was excited. My grandma was running up and down the street telling the neighborhood I was going to be a doctor. Meanwhile, I'm in 3rd grade. So I was like, Grandma, relax. But, so I did not write down what I wanted to be, though. I did not write it down. So I didn't write down, I want to be a doctor. If I would have wrote it down, statistics, research actually shows that there's a good chance I'd be a doctor today. So I guess there's a powerful, apparently there's a power behind writing down your goals. There's power behind it, apparently. So I thought we'd look at the facts behind writing down your goals. Let's go ahead and do that. A couple of facts for you guys to digest here. Statistics show that people who write down their goals have over an 80% higher success rate of achieving them. Now, I don't know if this kind of sticks out and screams at you, but it certainly does to me. 80% higher? Are you kidding me? That's astronomical. It's like going to buy a scratch ticket, and your chances of winning at 80% or more. I'd be playing scratchers every day. 80%. Now get this. Studies also show that only 3 to 5% of people in the world have written goals. So success is 80% higher, yet only 3 to 5% of people write down their goals. And if that's not enough, look at all work. There we go. The same 3 to 5% who actually write it down end up achieving massive success in business and even earn considerable wealth just by writing it down. So these are the facts. These are the facts I came across. Nothing, earth-shattering. You can find these online. That's what I did. So again, apparently it's beneficial to write down your goals. I'm a big why guy, so let's look at why. Well, why is that? Why is it writing down is that powerful? Let's look at that. There's 5 reasons they say it's important to write down your goals. 1, it forces you to clarify what you want. Sometimes we have too many things going on in our minds, like, hey, what do we want to do? I know I do. And it forces you to clarify, what do I want? So you write it down. All of a sudden, it's not all over the place. It's like, oh, this is what I want. You write it down, that's what it is. That's 1. 2, oh, there it goes up there. All right, get this. It motivates you to take action. Versus it just being in your mind, all of a sudden it becomes real. It's concrete. It's not just a wish anymore. You're actually taking ownership. It's accountability, right? You write it down like, oh man, this is real. Just wrote it down. So it motivates you to take action. It provides you with a filter for other opportunities. I literally have about 10 business ideas every day in my mind, going through my mind, going wild. And unless I write down my goals, I'm just too distracted because there's too much going on in my mind. So writing it down kind of filters me out from other opportunities I'm thinking about, and it keeps me focused on that one goal that I've written down. 4, helps overcome resistance. I don't care what you're building, creating, trying to do, relationship, business. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're going to find resistance, challenges, obstacles. They happen. But if you have it written down, put on your blinders, just focus on what you've written down, your goals, chances are you'll stick to them a little bit more. You'll kind of not worry about the noise going on around you. And then lastly, it enables you to see and celebrate your progress. Probably one of my favorites. I love writing down goals and then going back 6 months, a year, 2 years later, and actually looking at it and saying, wow, I achieved that. That was cool. As a matter of fact, it just happened last year. One of my goals was to make my own beer, brew my own beer. I wanted to do that. And I've wanted to do that for years, but I never did it. So last year I decided, you know what, I'm adding brew my own beer to my bucket list. you guys want a bucket list, I highly encourage it. I wrote it down, and wouldn't you know, in October, I finally brewed my own beer. And got to check off bucket list number 21. Coincidence? Maybe. But it happened. Sorry. There we go. So, I'm a big why guy, like I said. I'm an optimist, but I'm also, I like to think that I'm skeptical. So when I first got out of grad school, I moved to San Diego, started getting my hands on all the books I could read, everything I could read, literally hundreds of books, I'm not exaggerating, on personal development, success, how to achieve. I just read everything I could get my hands on, and I established quickly a common theme, and that was write down your goals, write down your goals. Literally, three-quarters of the books I read was like, write down your goals. So I could either challenge that, say like, you know what, these guys are nuts, or I could think, you know what, these guys might know what they're talking about. So I did just that. I started writing down my goals. And recently, I came across my goals from 2002. Some of it's a little bit embarrassing, but these are my goals from 2002, 13 years ago. I'm happy to say I actually accomplished more than half of them, but the one I want to focus on is number 1, because I always had this vision of starting my own business, but I never wrote it down. And then I finally started writing it down, because all these guys, all these books I read, said write it down. Now, I didn't start it in 2002, but in 2004, 2 years later, it finally happened. I started my own health and fitness business in San Diego, which I owned and operated successfully for 10 years. The greatest 10 years of my life. Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe there's something about this whole writing down your goals concept. And it's not just me. Maybe you guys know who this is. Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. This is his note in 4th grade saying he wants to play professional football for either the Green Bay Packers or San Francisco 49ers. Guess what? He's the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers today. Again, coincidence? Maybe. It's possible that there's power behind writing down your goals. So if you do have goals, whatever they may be, don't wait till tomorrow, next day, or next year. Write them down now. Write them down today, tonight, tomorrow, because you never know. Maybe there is something behind writing it down. Thanks for your time.